Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the star of our show, Teri.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to The Music and Me, the podcast where we dive into the beats and rhythms that move us. I'm your host, Teri, and today's episode is one I have absolutely been bursting with excitement to share with you. Why? Because we're talking about my all-time favorite artist to dance to, the queen of dance pop herself, Dua Lipa. But before we dive into that, I've got a little confession to make. In my excitement during last week's episode about the Olympics, I completely forgot to mention something super cool. Snoop Dogg has been part of the Olympics this year. I was so excited when I found out because if you listened to my rap episode a few weeks ago, you already know how much I love him. And if you haven't listened to either episode yet, no worries. I'll link them both in the show notes so you can catch up on all the fun. Now, back to today's episode. Let me tell you how this episode came to be. It's kind of fitting for the episode, if you think about it. Picture this. I'm in the middle of this killer Dua Lipa workout, sweat pouring, feet moving faster than I thought possible, and suddenly it hits me. I've got to do an episode about this. Dua Lipa's music is pure magic for the dance floor, and whether you're a seasoned dancer or just like to groove in your living room or your bedroom, her songs have that undeniable power to get you moving. And in this episode, we're going to dive into Dua Lipa's background, explore how she's crafted some of the most irresistible dance tracks of our time, and why her music is a must-have on every playlist. So lace up your dancing shoes because we're about to get into it. And before we start, if you love what you hear today, do me a favor and share this podcast with your friends, your dance buddies, your workout partners, even that one friend who thinks they can't dance. Let's spread the love and get everyone moving to the beat. Okay, let's jump into the story of Dua Lipa, the pop sensation who's taken the world by storm with her danceable hits and magnetic energy. Dua Lipa was born on August 22, 1995 in London, but her roots trace back to Kosovo, where her parents are from. Her name, Dua, which means love in Albanian, was a perfect fit for someone destined to spread musical love across the globe. Growing up in London, Dua was surrounded by music from a young age thanks to her father, who was a rock singer. Imagine growing up in a house where the guitar riffs and powerful vocals were just a part of daily life. That was Dua's childhood. This early exposure to music planted the seeds of her future career. Her home was filled with a mix of Western pop and her father's rock influences, creating a diverse soundscape that would later shape her unique style. But life took a bit of a turn when Dua was 11 years old. Her family moved back to Kosovo, and suddenly she found herself in a new world. Though the move was challenging, it only strengthened her resolve to pursue music. She stayed connected to her passion by singing and performing whenever she could, even in a new environment. But London was calling, and Dua knew she had to return if she wanted to chase her dreams. At just 15, Dua made the bold decision to move back to London on her own, staying with a friend while she attended school and hustled to break into the music industry. It was a huge leap of faith, but Dua was determined. She started uploading cover songs on YouTube, showcasing her powerful voice and catching the attention of music fans. Her covers of artists like Alicia Keys and Christina Aguilera showed her vocal prowess and hinted at the star she would soon become. But here's where things get interesting. Before her music career took off, Dua decided to give modeling a shot. She was signed by a modeling agency, but it didn't take her long to realize that standing in front of the camera wasn't nearly as fulfilling as standing in front of a microphone. She missed the rush of performing and knew that her true calling was music. The experience wasn't wasted, though. Her time in the modeling world gave her confidence and a sense of style that would later complement her music career. In 2015, her persistence paid off when she signed with Warner Brothers Records. It was a dream come true, but also just the beginning. Her debut single, New Love, didn't make a huge splash, but Dua didn't let that stop her. She kept pushing forward, and soon after, her single Be the One became a breakout hit across Europe. I love that song. It was clear that something special was happening. Her sultry voice, combined with catchy, danceable beats, was a winning formula. Musically, Dua's influences are as diverse as her background. Growing up, she listened to a wide range of artists, from the hip-hop beats of Nelly Furtado and the bold, rebellious energy of Pink to the genre-blending sounds of Outkast and the timeless pop of Madonna. So basically, she listens to all kinds of music like I do. So I have something in common with Dua Lipa. How exciting. These influences seeped into her music, giving her songs a unique blend of pop, R&B, and dance elements. Her sound is a mix of the old and the new, the familiar and the fresh, a true reflection of her journey and the world she grew up in. What's fascinating about Dua Lipa is how her diverse experiences have all come together to shape her music. Her time in Kosovo, her stint in modeling, and her early love for different musical genres all play a role in making her who she is today. She's not just a pop star with a few catchy tunes. She's an artist with a rich story, a global perspective, and a deep understanding of how music can move people, both emotionally and physically. So, from her early days in London and Kosovo to her rise on the global stage, Dua Lipa's journey is a testament to hard work, perseverance, and a love for music that knows no bounds. And it's this journey that she channels into every beat, every lyric, and every performance, making her music not just fun to listen to, but impossible not to dance to. And I know that for a fact. Now let's get into the real groove, the evolution of Dua Lipa's signature dance pop sound that has everyone from nightclubs to living rooms buzzing with energy. Dua Lipa didn't just stumble into the dance pop scene. She strutted in, bringing with her a blend of pop, disco, and electronic vibes that feel like a perfect cocktail for any party. Imagine sipping on a drink that's just the right mix of sweet and kick. That's Dua's music in a nutshell. It's got the pop hooks that stick in your head, the disco beats that make your feet move, and the electronic flair that adds a modern twist to it all. Her music style is like a time machine, pulling from the past while sounding fresh and new. Listen to her tracks and you'll hear nods to the 70s disco era, like in Don't Start Now, where the bass line practically demands you get up and dance. Then there's the 80s inspired anthem, Physical, which is all about high energy and that irresistible synth heavy beat that makes you feel like you're starring in your own retro music video. And let's not forget the electronic elements in songs like Levitating. With its cosmic beats and playful energy, it's like Dua is inviting us all to float up to the dance floor and stay there. But what really ties all these elements together is Dua's voice. It's sultry, powerful, and just the right amount of edgy. Her voice isn't just there to deliver lyrics, it's an instrument in itself, driving the beat forward and making you feel every note. Whether she's singing a slow, seductive verse or belting out a chorus that makes you want to throw your hands in the air, Dua's voice is the heartbeat of her music, keeping the rhythm alive and the dance party going. Now, let's talk about the secret sauce behind some of her most danceable tracks, her collaborations with top-tier producers. Dua Lipa is not just a solo act, she's teamed up with some of the best in the business to craft her signature sound. Take Stuart Price, for example. This guy is a legend when it comes to creating dance floor magic. He's worked with the likes of Madonna and Kylie Minogue, so you know he's got the disco touch. When he teamed up with Dua on tracks like Hallucinate, the result was pure euphoria. A song that's like a neon-lit roller coaster ride through the best of disco and pop. Then there's Mark Ronson, the mastermind behind so many of the catchy tunes we love. When Dua and Mark got together, they didn't just make music, they created grooves. Their collaboration on tracks like Electricity with Silk City shows off a perfect fusion of Ronson's retro funk style with Dua's modern edge, resulting in a track that's impossible to sit still to. And let's not forget Diplo, the producer who can turn anything into a hit. With his knack for electronic beats and global sounds, Diplo brought a fresh, dance-ready vibe to Dua's music, adding that extra bit of bounce that makes her tracks pop in all the right ways. These collaborations have been more than just partnerships. They've been creative powerhouses that have enhanced the danceability of Dua's tracks, making them not just songs you listen to, but songs you feel in your bones. Dua Lipa's evolution into a dance pop queen isn't just about catchy hooks and infectious beats. It's about blending the old with the new, the familiar with the unexpected, and creating music that's as much about the body as it is about the ears. Whether you're in your car, at a party, or just dancing around in your kitchen, her music is there to move you, and she's got the sound to keep you on your feet all night long. Now let's get to the nitty-gritty of what makes Dua Lipa's tracks so irresistible on the dance floor. Whether you're a seasoned dancer or just someone who loves to move, these songs are guaranteed to get your feet tapping and your body swaying. So let's kick things off with the song that turned everyone into a disco diva, Don't Start Now. Released in 2019 as the lead single from her album Future Nostalgia, this track didn't just climb the charts, it rocketed to the top, becoming an anthem for anyone who's ever wanted to shake off the past and dance into the future. So what makes Don't Start Now such a perfect dance track? For starters, it's got that infectious disco-inspired beat that just makes you want to strut your stuff. The groove is tight, the tempo is upbeat, and the bass line, it's like it was designed to make your feet move. The song's structure is all about building momentum. It starts with a cool, catchy verse that leads into a chorus that just explodes with energy. Dua's voice dances effortlessly over the beat, guiding you through every twist and turn. And let's not forget the iconic breakdown, where the music pulls back and then slams back in full force. It's the kind of moment that makes you want to throw your hands up in the air and let the music take over. Don't Start Now is the kind of song that you can't help but dance to. It's practically in its DNA. Next up, we have Levitating, a song that took over not just the charts, but social media too. This track has been everywhere, especially on TikTok, where people couldn't resist creating dance routines to its catchy beats. Levitating is like a burst of joy in musical form, with an upbeat rhythm that's impossible to resist. The song's secret sauce, that hypnotic beat and Dua's playful delivery. The chorus is pure pop perfection, with lyrics that make you feel like you're floating on air, or in this case, levitating. The rhythm is bouncy and light, making it the kind of song that just lifts your spirits and your feet off the ground. Whether you're dancing alone in your room or with friends at a party, this track brings the energy every single time. What really makes Levitating stand out is its universal appeal. It's got that timeless feel that makes it perfect for any occasion. And the best part? It's one of those songs that just gets better the more you listen. The kind of track that turns any mundane moment into a dance party. All right, now let's crank up the energy with Physical, a track that takes us straight back to the high-octane vibes of the 80s. If Levitating makes you float, Physical makes you move. Inspired by the era of neon lights, leg warmers, and aerobic workouts, this song is all about channeling that classic dance anthem spirit. From the very first beat, Physical grabs you and doesn't let go. The driving tempo, the pounding drums, and the electric synths create an atmosphere that's all about movement. It's a song that practically demands you get up and start dancing, with a beat that gets your heart racing and your body grooving. Dua's vocals are intense and commanding, urging you to come on, get physical. And how can you say no to that? I can't. It's one of my favorite Dua songs to dance to. The choreography in the music video only adds to the song's appeal. It's high energy and perfectly complements the track's pulse-pounding rhythm. Watching it makes you want to join in, turning your living room into a mini dance studio. Physical isn't just a song, it's an experience, one that captures the thrill of dancing like no one's watching. And Dua Lipa isn't slowing down anytime soon. Her recent releases continue to showcase her evolving sound while keeping the dance beats front and center. Take Dance the Night from the Barbie soundtrack, for example. Now, this one is my favorite Dua Lipa song to dance to, as I've discussed in previous episodes. This track is a glittering slice of pop that's all about celebrating life and having fun. It's got a funky bass line, shimmering synths, and a chorus that's impossible not to sing along to, and of course, it's perfect for dancing. Dance the Night channels that disco pop vibe that Dua has perfected, making it feel like a natural continuation of her future nostalgia era. But it's not just a rehash. It's fresh, fun, and fits perfectly with the colorful, upbeat world of Barbie. Another recent hit is Love Again, which combines a haunting orchestral sample with a dance beat that's both nostalgic and modern. It's a song that builds and builds, taking you on a journey that starts with a slow burn and ends in a full-on dance explosion. Dua's voice is front and center, carrying the song with a mix of emotion and power that makes you want to hit repeat again and again, which I have on all of her songs. Dua Lipa has a knack for making songs that are not just fun to listen to, but designed for the dance floor. Whether she's channeling the past or pushing pop music into the future, her tracks have a way of getting under your skin and making you move. And as she continues to release new music, one thing's for sure, that dance party is far from over. All right, I have some more to talk about, but first, here's my interesting fact of the week. Welcome to my interesting fact of the week. Did you know that Dua Lipa isn't just a music icon, but a fashion trailblazer too? Beyond her chart-topping hits, Dua is known for her bold and daring fashion choices that make just as much of a statement as her music. She's not just wearing designer clothes, she's collaborating with fashion houses. One of her most notable partnerships is with the legendary brand Versace. Not only has she worked closely with them, but she also strutted down the runway, proving she's just as fierce on the catwalk as she is on the stage. Her style is a blend of edgy and chic, and it's no wonder she's become a muse for designers all over the world. But Dua's influence doesn't stop at fashion. She's also a co-founder of a lifestyle and fashion newsletter called Service 95. This isn't your average newsletter. It's a weekly dose of global culture, fashion tips, and even some political insights. Service 95 reflects Dua's broader interests beyond music, offering her fans a peek into her world and what inspires her. It's like getting a personal recommendation from Dua herself, whether it's about the latest must-read book, a hidden gem of a restaurant, or a cause close to her heart. So whether you're looking to stay ahead of fashion trends or just curious about what makes Dua tick, Service 95 is your go-to source. I hope you enjoyed this interesting fact of the week, and now back to our episode. Welcome back, everybody. All right, let's dive into the magic behind Dua Lipa's music. The stuff that turns a good song into a great dance track. You know, the kind of music that makes you forget where you are and just move. Whether you're busting a move on the dance floor, getting through your morning workout, or having a solo dance party in your kitchen. Dua's music has a special ingredient that keeps us all on our toes, literally. So what exactly makes Dua Lipa's songs so danceable? Let's break it down. First, let's talk about those strong bass lines. These aren't just background noise, they're the backbone of her music. The pulse that drives the beat forward and makes you want to move. Tracks like Don't Start Now and Levitating have bass lines that grab you by the feet and don't let go. They're the kind of beats that you feel in your chest, the heartbeat of the song that syncs up with your own and compels you to dance. Then, there are the catchy hooks. Dua has a knack for writing choruses that stick in your head for days. Whether it's the irresistible I'm Levitating from Levitating or the empowering Don't Show Up, Don't Come Out from Don't Start Now, These hooks are designed to get everyone singing along, and if you're singing, you're probably dancing too. And let's not forget the upbeat tempos that are the lifeblood of her music. Dua's songs are fast enough to get your heart rate up, but still groovy enough to make you feel like you're in control of every move. It's the perfect balance that makes her tracks ideal for everything from full-on dance sessions to just tapping your foot along with the beat. But it's not just about the music, the lyrics play a big role too. Dua's lyrics are all about empowerment, freedom, and living your best life, which are exactly the kind of vibes you want when you're dancing. They set the tone, creating a mood that's as much about letting loose as it is about feeling good. When you're belting out the lyrics to physical, you're not just singing, you're channeling that fierce energy into every move. Dua Lipa's music hasn't just made waves on the dance floor, it's made a massive splash in pop culture. Her songs are more than just tunes. They're movements that have sparked dance trends and inspired countless moments of joy and energy around the world. Take, for example, the viral dance challenges that have popped up around her songs on platforms like TikTok. When Levitating dropped, it wasn't long before the internet was flooded with people showing off their best moves. The song's catchy beat and easy-to-follow rhythm made it perfect for short, snappy dance routines that anyone could join in on. Before you knew it, everyone from professional dancers to your next-door neighbor was getting in on the action. Her music also has found its way into workout playlists everywhere, like mine. If you've ever done a Dua Lipa-inspired workout, you know what I'm talking about. I mean, I dance to her songs all the time. Her upbeat tempos and motivating lyrics make her tracks the perfect companion for sweating it out, whether you're hitting the gym, going for a run, or just dancing around in your living room to burn some calories. Songs like Physical are practically made for getting your heart pumping and your body moving. It's like she's cheering you on with every beat. Dua's influence on pop culture doesn't stop there. Her songs have become anthems for everything from fashion shows to commercials, setting the tone for what's cool, fun, and danceable. She brought disco back into the spotlight, mixing it with modern pop to create a sound that's both nostalgic and cutting edge. It's no wonder her music has become a staple at parties, clubs, and pretty much anywhere people want to have a good time. So whether you're a seasoned dancer, a fitness enthusiast, or just someone who loves to groove, Dua Lipa's music has something for everyone. She's not just making songs, she's creating experiences that bring people together and get them moving. And in a world that could always use a little more joy and movement, that's a pretty amazing gift. Now let's talk about something that takes Dua Lipa's danceable music to the next level, her live performances. If you've ever had the chance to see her in concert, you know that Dua isn't just a singer, she's a performer who knows how to bring the energy and get everyone in the crowd on their feet. I have not seen Dua Lipa live yet, but that would be awesome, and it's on my bucket list. Dua Lipa's concerts are nothing short of electrifying. From the moment she steps onto the stage, the atmosphere is charged with excitement. She doesn't just sing her hits, she lives them, delivering each song with the kind of passion and intensity that makes you feel every beat in your bones. The lights, the choreography, the visual effects, it's all designed to pull you into her world and keep you dancing from start to finish. One of the best parts about a Dua Lipa concert is the audience interaction. She knows how to connect with her fans, whether it's by getting everyone to sing along, leading a dance break, or just sharing a moment with the crowd. There's a sense of togetherness at her shows, a feeling that we're all part of something bigger, a massive, joyous dance party that's happening right here, right now. And let's talk about the choreography. Dua's dance moves are sharp, stylish, and full of attitude, and she makes it all look effortless. Her dance routines aren't just about showing off her skills, they're about bringing the music to life and making sure everyone in the audience is having the time of their lives. Whether she's strutting across the stage during Don't Start Now or hitting those iconic moves in Physical, her performances are designed to get people moving, and they do. Dua Lipa's music doesn't just make you want to dance, it resonates with fans who find joy, confidence, and even a bit of empowerment in her tracks. Her songs have a way of speaking to the part of you that just wants to let go and have fun, and that's something her fans connect with on a deep level. There are countless stories of fans who have been inspired to dance because of Dua's music. Fans like me. Her music just makes me dance. From people who have found their groove on the dance floor to those who use her songs to power through a tough workout or lift their spirits on a bad day. Dua's music has become a soundtrack for movement and joy. Take, for example, the fan who shared a story about dancing to Levitating in their living room during a tough time, feeling the stress melt away as they moved to the beat. Or the group of friends who choreographed their own routine to physical and performed it at a party, turning a simple gathering into an unforgettable night. These aren't just songs, they're experiences that bring people together, lift them up, and remind them of the power of dance. Dua's influence doesn't stop at the individual level either. Her music has inspired countless dance trends, from TikTok challenges to full-on flash mobs. People of all ages from all walks of life are finding ways to move and express themselves through her songs. Whether it's a viral dance craze or just a spontaneous dance-off in the kitchen, Dua's music is the catalyst for moments of pure joy and connection. And that's what makes her music so special. It's not just about the beats or the hooks, it's about how it makes you feel. When you listen to Dua Lipa, you're not just hearing music, you're experiencing a moment, a vibe, a celebration of life. And if that's not worth dancing to, I don't know what is. We've danced our way through Dua Lipa's story, grooved to her biggest hits, and felt the electric vibe of her live performances. Now, it's time to wrap things up. But before we go, let's take one last spin around the dance floor. Dua Lipa isn't just a pop star, she's a movement, a force that makes us all want to get up and move, no matter where we are. From her infectious beats to her empowering lyrics, she's given us the ultimate soundtrack to our lives, and we couldn't be more grateful for it. I know I am. Whether you're a seasoned dancer or someone who just loves to groove in their living room, Dua's music is there to lift you up, get you moving, and remind you to let loose. If you've enjoyed this episode as much as I've loved sharing it with you, why not spread the love? Once again, please share the podcast with your friends, your dance partners, or even that one person who needs a little Dua Lipa in their life. Let's get everyone moving and grooving to the beats that make us feel alive. All right, before we sign off, I've got something exciting coming up next week. We're taking a trip to Broadway for a special episode all about Broadway flops. Those shows that didn't quite hit the mark, but they're still fascinating to explore. I think it's going to be a lot of fun and very interesting, so be sure to tune in. Until then, keep those feet moving and that music in you alive. Peace out, everybody. This has been the Music in Me podcast. Subscribe now so you don't miss a beat.